Israel's defense minister has ordered a total blockade on Gaza, says there will be no electricity, no food, and no fuel. Now, this is a full-on attack. It is mass suffering against many people who obviously had nothing to do with Hamas's attack. Not everyone in Gaza even supports Hamas. Now, for those who support Hamas, when you are an oppressed and attacked and abused people, and you see your family members killed for decades, then who's to tell you what kind of tactics to use to fight your oppression? But cutting off electricity, food, water, medicine, materials, everything to millions of people it's a war crime. It's a crime against humanity. It's horrific. It's a genocide. And here is the defense minister saying that is what they are currently doing. And then Scott Ritter actually in response said, quick historical fact to the defense minister's post. Quick historical fact, the destruction of the Warsaw Ghetto began with the imposition of a total blockade by the Nazis against its Jewish inhabitants. The Warsaw Ghetto was created by Ludwig Fischer, a Nazi who was executed in Poland after the war for his crimes. So there you go, using Nazi tactics, which always I find means you're on the right side of history, right? This is also from Alan McLeod, great journalist with Mint Press, was my colleague at Mint Press for a good long stretch there. And he says, breaking here, photos that capture the moment an Israeli airstrike destroyed Rabat University College in Gaza City. One more war crime in a long series. This is just many, for those listening to the podcast, is many missiles and bombs raining down on a university in Gaza. And of course, many innocent civilians dying. I mean, I can't even imagine the number of innocent civilians that are dying in all these attacks. This is from Rania Khalek, another great journalist. She's with Breakthrough News. Netanyahu issued a criminal threat to the 2 million Palestinians he's imprisoned in Gaza. He publicly declared his intent to commit mass murder. He knows people in Gaza cannot leave because his government has them under siege. So they're not allowed to leave, and he's going to murder them. I mean, imagine this anywhere else in the world. Like a government saying you can't leave, and we're going to bomb the shit out of you. Don't even try and leave. Now, of course, he's running around saying leave, but they can't. Rania continues, he's currently bombing these people, and not only do world leaders condemn his victims, they are cheering on and arming. Not only do world leaders condemn his victims, they are cheering on and arming this psychopathic murderer. And here's the quote from Netanyahu. We will take mighty vengeance for this black day, the Israeli leader said in a televised address. We will take revenge for all the young people who lost their lives. We will target all of Hamas's positions. We will turn Gaza into a deserted island. To the citizens of Gaza, I say you must leave now. We will target each and every corner of the strip. So he's saying we're going to bomb innocent civilians. Very rarely. Yes, they do it all the time. The U.S. has bombed innocent civilians all the time, but very rarely does the leader of a country say, we are getting ready to bomb as many innocent people as we can. Like you essentially never hear it. I mean, even in the invasion of Iraq, right? The idea was we had smart bombs that were not going to hit the civilians. Yeah, it was all bullshit. So I'm not saying we didn't bomb innocent civilians, but I'm saying almost never do you have a leader come out and say, hey, everyone, we're getting ready to commit genocide. That's our plan. That's our stated plan, is genocide. And then on top of that, to have it just high-fiving from the entire U.S. state, the entire, most of the EU countries, so many people in those areas supporting genocide. So many of my fellow Jews around the world just being like, yeah, genocide, I'm awesome, cool. Like the idea that people would endorse that, even if you're like, oh, Israel should be able to get back at Hamas, still, that genocide's not the answer. Still, it's fucking nuts. You're saying you're party to full on war crimes, like, and you endorse them. It's just unbelievable. And yet again, with Netanyahu saying this, well, what has Netanyahu wanted for years, and the far right of Israel wanted for years? They've wanted to turn Gaza into a fucking deserted island. They wanted to turn it into a parking lot. They wanted to turn it into an impact crater. Well, they're getting what they want. So, yet again, this seems like, I'd say this seems a lot like Israel's getting what they wanted.